I like to shout out to Miss Cole for being the best teacher, for encouraging me, telling me to never give up, be patient, it's always going to work out. And shout out to Miss McKnight for being to brighten up my day, being funny, being kind. She always brings me up when I'm down.
I'd like to shout out to Miss Cole and Miss Smith. Miss Cole, she's probably one of the Miss Smith and Miss Cole are really good advisory teachers, and Miss Cole is a really fun teacher. She's always really creative with her things, and Miss Smith always encourages me and brings out my full potential.
I want to shout out to Mr. Rice for supporting me a lot, and to Miss 9th grade Smith because she is amazingly talented and she's the best teacher anyway.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'd just like to shout out Mr. Balmer real quick. Go, Mr. Balmer.
I'd just like to shout out Mr. Dole for being so diggity.
Thank you, Mr. Demond, for the fun at math camp. We had a lot of fun.
I want to give a shout out to Miss Hardy because she always helps me with my problems, and she's really cool.
I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Alejo because she's a great Spanish teacher, and so far I've caught up really quick.
I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Wilson because she's a great English teacher, and ever since I came to PCSS2, I really was progressing.
Mr. Kanovic.
Shout out to Mr. O'Connell and Miss Potter for NHD.
Hi, I'd like to shout out all of the 9th grade teachers, especially my teachers, because they always make sure and work hard to make sure that all of the kids understand the materials. And I'd also like to give a special shout out to Dr. McClay for all of her graphic organizers. Thank you.
We want to give a shout out to Miss Potter because she's awesome. Yeah.
Alright, I would like to say a shout out to Mr. Rice. Mr. Rice is mad chill. He does mad stuff. He helped me out with math. He was the best teacher I ever had. Shout out to Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace is mad chill with stuff. Even though I'm in lunch detention, he's still mad chill. Shout out to Miss Armstrong. Helped me in math since day one. Still helping me now. Keeping up my points. Keeping down my points. Keeping up my grades. Thank you.
I'd like to give a shout out to my advisory teachers, Dr. McClay and Miss Armstrong. They're always there for me. And I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Boss, the technical teacher. Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Cole for being the great and awesome teacher that she is. Thank you, Miss Cole.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Wallace for helping me get my discipline points down.
I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Potter because she makes class hip.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Dumont for teaching me how to use Java and to always use the curly brace.
I would like to give a shout out to Miss Maxie for giving me all my points, and this way I can learn. So thank you.
Hi everyone, we'd like to thank all of our teachers for being devoted and making us strive for the best.
And helping us improve to become much better students. They're always here for Saturday Academy and After School Academy and clubs, and I don't know what other teachers would do this. And lastly, we'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Boz for making this happen.
I would like to give a shout out to Miss Smith for putting up with me every day.
I would like to give a shout out to Miss McKnight and Mr. O'Connor for being really helpful and nice to me.
I want to shout out to Mr. Z and Miss Bidan. They make school so wonderful and amazing for me. They made me the person I am now. And I had so much fun at the SAT camp due to them.
I want to shout out to Mr. Teves for making the man I am today, intelligent, professional, and I will remember him in the future.
Shout out to Miss Will for being the best teacher ever. She helped me out a lot this year, and I thank her for that. Thank you a lot.
I want to shout out to Miss Polito for being an awesome math teacher, for pushing me to do really good during 6th period class. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Mr. Saber for being a good math teacher and explaining what I do wrong.
Hi guys, I would like to give a shout out to Miss Paula for being such a great math teacher. She was always there for us, and even though we would give her sometimes a hard time, she would always not give up on us, and she would always be there for 8M. Thank you, Miss Paula.
You have made a difference. You have shaped our minds. You have changed the world, one child at a time.